Hello beer tubers and welcome to yet another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Hobbits, today joined by...
Just Michael.
And...
Brett.
Of Anomyces, just reviewing some more beer. This time around, not beers that I brought back from the States, but beer we all pitched in on to share. So recently, well, I guess a month ago, Mikkeller had a big release of some beers on their webshop, as they often do, and some of those beers were the rebrewed versions of Mikkeller X. So if you don't know Mikkeller X is one of the old school beers Mikkeller did back in the day that was like big, crazy, full-on, high ABV barrel-aged Imperial Stout. Now it's been rebrewed at War Pigs, and they also rebrewed it at Mikkeller San Diego. So this is the Mikkeller San Diego versions of X, and when they were on there, I was like, we have to try these, because I remember them back in the day, they were like insane. And you had some of the...
Yeah, I had the War Pigs bourbon barrel aged version with vanilla, and these actually, I don't think these were on the web shop.
No,
these were in the bottle shop.
That's right.
They also in the...
No, oh yeah, they were in the bottle shop.
They were in the
yes,
web
that's
shop
right.
also.
Tobias actually got these.
Got them in the bottle shop. Big thanks to Tobias for bringing. He didn't want to pitch in because he.
They were also in the web shop.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, but for a short amount of time. I guess. But I think he got him in the bottle shop. But thanks a ton, dude. For he was actually the one who bought him for us. So but was not 100% keen on sharing them. But hey, that's how it is. Sometimes, but these are also big ass beers.
Yeah.
And also not cheap beers. I think we paid
very much.
A lot of money.
Too much, probably.
A bit too much.
We don't talk about the money.
No, we don't talk about. We just review it. But it will be fun to try because I actually had both of these on tap at Mikkeller San Diego, and I had a special edition of this, which is like a single barrel they filled of Lafroig barrel aged X. It's only going to be on tap, but I hope that might change because when I had those, I thought that was one of the best. So, but it'll be fun to try them from the cans. Those were when I had them were also ice cold, so it'll be nice to have them like at a slightly chilled temperature. So the beers in question, as I said, was Mikkeller X, but it's the two releases from San Diego. This is Mikkeller Brandy Barrel Aged X and Mikkeller San Diego and Mikkeller San Diego Whiskey Barrel Aged X. So Brandy Barrel Aged X is a 15% Imperial Stout. As far as I think. Dan said it was Dan the brewer down there. It's double mashed and they boil it for like a shit ton of time, like at least like 6 hours or so to get it really thick. And they use a really dark brown sugar in there as well to get it up there. And then they do the barrel aging as well. So this was the brandy barrel aged, which was 15, and then the whiskey is 16.4. So I think there were some really wet barrels these beers that they came into. So. But also a big shout out to Dan because he really showed me around the facility and actually, got to try beer from the barrels and everything, which is awesome. But this will be fun to try. I mean, to me, this back in the day was some of the better Mikkeller beers. So it will be fun to see from the cans how the San Diego ones are. So pours. Well, let's start off with the brandy one, the lowest.
It's a bit lower.
Well, really thick, pitch black.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's really hard to generate a head on these beers. Like when you swirl it around, you do. Impressively enough, get a little bit of what? Tan?
Bubbly tan head.
Yeah. Bubbly tan beige, but otherwise a pitch black beer. But yeah, let's start off with this one and check out the aroma. Oh, loads of brandy. Oh, wow. That is so dense. Dense brandy and vanilla. Huge vanilla.
Holy shit.
So sweet.
Yeah.
So sweet and so brandy forward.
And licorice as well for me, a little bit of that. Like a little bit of a licorice tone, but huge brandy. Like
I don't get the licorice. I get the booze, I get the...
Yeah, the brandy barrel is huge.
Yeah.
Like sweet finish licorice, but huge roasty.
I'm getting a lot
sweet
of...
malt, caramel.
Yeah, that's
it's really
fudgy.
Yeah,
fudgy.
Actually,
apple brandy.
Almost burns in your nose if you sniff into it.
Yeah, but it's not in an unpleasant
No.
way.
No, it's like if you smell
same
a
as
spirit.
if you smell spirit,
Yeah.
Exactly. A very good spirit.
Yes. Wow, that is huge. Like this is such an intense barrel character.
Actually, this is much more barrel forward than the one I had from War Pigs.
Oh, okay. Wow.
This is more boozy.
That has something to do with temperatures too.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know how the temperature swings for barrel aging, but in San Diego compared to here, but it's big fudge, definitely some chocolate, loads of dried dark fruit for me as well, like raisins and figs and prunes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I see that.
Very nice. Smells like some of the big old school sludgy stouts with like a ton of barrel character.
Yeah, but also that fudgy. For me, it's kind of a meld between the bit more classical
Imperial stouts and a bit more new school. Yeah, I can see what you mean.
I see. Yeah.
But let's give it a taste, guys. Cheers.
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 That is an onrush of flavor as soon as you get that beer in your mouth. Whoa!
Oh my God.
Completely mouth coating. It's still sitting there.
It's like a big brandy milkshake.
It is so sludgy though. Holy crap! You could. We should have
so
been.
sweet, so.
That beer is.
That is fucking insane.
That's
And imagine this with a Freud barrel aging as well. I mean, or a pilot whiskey barrel aging. Ice cream truck is here. I can hear that. But it is really good. Is it better than the Warpigs?
I think so. At least this one.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
But the Warpigs one was
such a rich brandy and vanilla character. Like fudgy ice cream.
Super fudgy ice cream. Vanilla.
When it comes in your mouth, it's like foams up and fills the whole mouth with
like completely.
Beer foam.
Yeah. It's almost like just because it's very sweet. There's almost like a maple flavor to it. And it's so sludgy on the palate as well. Like it leaves that complete sticky gloss coating on your lips. I mean, this is crazy. They talk about old school crazy extreme beer. This is really good. This one is pretty much the same color, I'd say. The head looks maybe a shade darker though.
And it's a bit easier to generate a head on this one, but I don't know if that's
also because it's a fresh glass.
Yeah.
So I think that's why as well. But I don't know. To me,
maybe a little bit dark.
But when you swirl the head, it's like that mocha color. It just looks very nice in the glass. Again, pitch black, thick liquid.
Absolutely.
Let's check out the aroma on the whiskey barrel aged version of X. Oh, much less sweet. The sweetness is much lower. Yeah. It's much more like almost minerally or something.
Yeah, I see that minerally.
It smells like whiskey.
It smells to me almost like Irish whiskey, like or something. At least. Yeah, a much more mellow whiskey. Like when you get a bourbon barrel aged beer, it's like super sweet.
The vanilla is slow.
Yeah, the vanilla is not as thick. It's more like minerally and oaky and woody. Whereas this is huge vanilla.
But there's still a lot of sweetness.
Of course.
It's more roasty and minerally and maybe slightly smoky. Like
but still, it lingers in the nose when you sniff it.
Yeah, and you smell those barrels. I mean, but if you're like, oh, it smells like alcohol, then you will probably not like those.
No,
if you're like,
this is actually, it's not.
I don't want to say fancy.
I mean, 16.4%.
I know. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I think some people sometimes they criticize beers like this for booze. It's barrel aged and it's 16-15%.
You don't buy it if you don't like.
But big again to me. Maybe it seems a bit brighter in terms of aroma. It's not as dense and desserty, but it's definitely also like all these dark fruits and barrel like whiskey soaked dark fruit type flavors. Tobacco on this too. Actually.
It reminds me a bit of Bourbon County. This one.
I can see what you mean. A little bit.
With
almost smoky, charry, woody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's sweet and it's a bit smoky and it stings a bit in your nose and.
Yeah, I think I only had one Bourbon County, but I think it smelled a little bit sweeter. It has some vanilla and something, but this lacks it.
It has some similarities.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Let's try it. Cheers.
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 Much different barrel. Nowhere near as sweet.
It's still sweet, but it's kind of like
the barrel cuts it even more.
It's much more mellow.
Yeah, but the barrel, the bourbon barrel, the whiskey barrel really cuts the sweet as well.
Yeah.
It seems like the brandy amplifies it a bit. So like this is still a sweet beer.
But it is.
You get that like bourbony whiskey, like almost like mineral-esque whiskey flavor. And then much more oak character. It's not like super vanilla. It's like really oaky, really charred, woody, almost smoky oak flavor in this one.
I see that. Well, I'm getting a bit of that burnt almond kind of thing.
Yeah.
Too. Like sweet, but also a bit burnt.
Yeah, I can definitely see
that
what
makes
you mean.
sense.
Like,
Slightly smoky.
And I don't know, licorice
very,
not
very
really.
sweet.
These are big beers. Pretty huge.
Very sludgy and thick.
Really, again, mouthfeel super thick, sludgy coating. Mouthfeel is pretty much the same on both.
Yeah.
This one has a bit more of a barrel sting to it in terms of alcohol flavor, but again, it's what you'd expect.
But still very smooth on the palate.
Yeah, very smooth, very drinkable. Wow.
This is what I think of when I think of the War Pigs version.
Okay.
With vanilla. You know, it's very smooth, but you also sense a bit of the alcohol, but it's not boozy and unpleasant in any way.
Oh, I really dig beers like this. And the big Imperial Stouts with barrels. I think these are some of the best Mikkeller beers I've had in a long time.
These are probably the best. Because I haven't tried a bourbon barrel aged vanilla shake.
No,
I've tried that.
That's up there too. But these are crazy beers. I know they're quite limited. It's a very small batch because it's a bitch to brew a beer like this. But this is something to seek out for sure for me. Yeah. If you like Mikkeller already, I think this is just
worth
having to try for sure. I really hope that they do the Lafroig one in a bigger batch. I would love to try and do a proper review of that beer because just straight from the barrel without carbonation, it was better than those two for me just because I love the smoke. But I can compare and contrast both and see why I like both. Like on one hand, I like this more because it's got the balance and everything because it's not so sweet. But then on the other hand, I love this a lot because I really like the sweet stuff. So I'm not really sure which one I prefer. I'm almost thinking I will say equally and then put the Lafroig on top. If I had to.
Yeah, I haven't tried.
No, I know. Yeah. But I'd say... What do you have a favorite of the two?
I think 2 seconds.
Because before I tried, before we put them together, before I tried the apple brandy afterwards, I like the apple brandy a bit more.
Well, brandy. I don't think it's apple brandy, but
it's just brandy. Okay, okay. I like this one a bit more, but now for me it's kind of a par.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. When I had this, I'm gonna like this the most. But then I had this, and I'm feeling like, they're kind of on par. The barrel character is just so different, which is...
It's just nice that this is it's a bit more drinkable than the other one.
Because it's more sweet.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's 16.2.
I think...
it's higher.
Yeah, this is higher ABV, but it's more drinkable.
I think if I'm gonna grade them, I'm gonna grade them.
Yeah, of course.
97 and a half.
I was thinking 97 on both. I was thinking either 96 or 97, but I'll agree with 97 on both because I can't decide which one I prefer the most. So
I'll say the whiskey one.
Yeah, I'll say 97 on both.
Yeah.
And then I'll say, well, if please can the Lafroig version, and that's probably gonna get a bit higher grade because I just love that beer. So
yeah. It's hard.
70?
Yeah. 80? No, I think, it's like a 97, 98 for me.
Which one do you prefer?
It's hard because when I go back to this one, I like this a bit more than this one.
Yeah.
But when I tried this at first, I like this one a bit more than this one.
I smell a cuvee coming up.
I think I like this one a bit more. 98 for this one and 97 for this one.
So 97 for this from you, 97 and a half. So 97 from Michael, George Michael, from the 97 for the
George Michael.
You could really also you could really feel that you're drinking strong beer in this review. It's in this heat. But no, Brandy 97 and a half
for the whiskey one.
Even though we usually don't do halves, but whatever.
It's like today.
Yeah.
Or
we're doing it today
or something.
Whatever. And I'll say 97 on both, and you say 97 for the...
98 and 97.
Yes. Okay, guys, so we conveyed it up. We blended everything. And Michael went in. George Michael, or just Michael, went all in, just like George Michael, and blended
just
everything.
Like George Michael does.
He was like, he always goes all in.
I'm just Michael.
You're just Michael.
Yeah.
I know, not George. But, so we did some blends just to see how it works. So for me, this is like 25 or 50... No, 75 whiskey, 25 the other one. Just because
for
the
me
other
it's
one
a 50-50.
Can you just calculate the alcohol for me?
No. The whiskey stands out for me, but that's also what I pour in most of. Okay. I think I'll pour in a little bit more brandy.
Yeah, for me too.
I'm getting a lot of maple now.
I actually like them a bit more separately.
This is weird.
Currently.
The aroma, the whiskey really stands out right now.
Yeah. It's very minerally.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Blended X.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh, that's actually is more balanced now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much more balanced.
You get the fudgy vanilla notes from this one.
And then afterwards you get the mineral and the oak kind of like cuts it, like the charred oakiness from the whiskey barrel aged X.
This is good.
It's actually a very good blend. This is a really good
I didn't like the aroma too much, but the taste is very good. It's a very good
It's
blend.
like you took both and then balanced them out more.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is actually kind of interesting. It's funny when the cuvées work. It's the same flavors, but it's just more like in harmony.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I really hope you guys got to try some of this. And if not, try and trade for some because I think this is really worth it if you're into the big, intense barrel aged, like extreme beers. So if you guys had a chance to try Mikkeller X and, Mikkeller X and X, so the brandy version and the whiskey version from Mikkeller San Diego, let us know what you thought of it. No. Maybe they should do a triple X and there's like 25%. No. But if you had any of the X's from Mikkeller San Diego, let us know what you thought of them. What is your favorite variation in X? That would be fun to hear. Or what's your favorite like barrel aged stout from Mikkeller? I think for a lot of people it's going to be vanilla shake, but this is
up there.
Up there. I mean, this is awesome. And as always, guys, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And we're going to say cheers and some big ass barrel aged Imperial Stout and finish our bit of a share today. Or, today. Yeah. It's not tonight.
It's today.
It's vacation time, so that's why. We're going to say cheers and see you guys in another video.